Well, hello everybody. Hi, Andrew London here with Kirsten.
Hi.
Live at the Londons. Welcome to our first live at the Londons since the 2nd of June. It's about 3.5 months since we've done this. Nice to be here, direct from the home office, as you can see. It's a while since we've done this. This is actually episode 8,
Yes.
I think,
Episode
officially.
8, yes.
We had a break during which, of course, we were out gigging, but since we're locked down again, we've decided to resurrect live at the Londons, and here we are, at great expense, of course, playing at home. So what we thought we'd do is we'll play a song, and then we'll tell you what we've been up to and what we've got coming up. So lots of exciting things. But before we do, here's a song that I wrote about playing at weddings. We love playing at weddings. They're great. They feed you. You get wine that comes out of bottles. They usually pay quite well. But this is especially for the guy. There's always the guy at weddings. Sometimes we think it might be the same guy in disguise. But it's always the guy. And you can always tell him. He's usually a friend of the groom. He likes to drink. And he's always single. If not at the beginning, then certainly by the end of the wedding. All right, here we go. And this is called 2 Words, and you might be able to guess what they are. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, but it's difficult to chat while I'm singing and playing this guitar. So I'm already multitasking, and in asking me to join in conversation really is a bridge too far. If you just wait until we finish, I can give my full attention to the crisis that so obviously preys upon your deeply troubled mind, or so your wild gesticulations and distorted facial grimaces imply. Well, alright, I have a moment. Can you tell me what it is that on my advice your happiness depends? From your slightly awkward gait and your inebriated state, should one surmise you need immediate directions to the men's? Oh, I see, that's not the problem, just you'd like to let us know you think the repertoire we're playing's not quite right. I'm surprised that you can offer such a wry and perspicacious observation, given how much lion red you'd had tonight. I understand you like Metallica and AC/DC too, and it's so nice you feel obliged to come share this point of view, but I'm afraid we're not that kind of band. We're playing this, you see, as requested by the bride and groom, whose generosity you're strip mining while opining their choice of music suck. Well, I've only got 2 words for you, and one of them is off. Were you happy with the catering tonight? Did you complain about the entree? Was the steak done how you like? Did you offer some suggestions to the barman? Really? No? If you'd prefer a drier Martinborough Pinot, he should know. So you agree it would be rude and inappropriate to whine about the couple's choice of menu and the venue and the wine, yet you think it's quite okay to come and slag the music off as you stagger around and gorge like some aristocratic toff on all the beer that you can guzzle and the wine that you can quaff. Well, I've only got 2 words for you, and one of them isn't off. So that's a song that I wrote completely sort of in my head without playing it live. It was late one night, everyone's asleep, so I was trying to be really quiet. And I wrote it sort of in my head, and I was writing it down, but because I wasn't doing it actually out loud, I didn't leave any gaps to breathe. And I didn't notice that, of course, till I came to do it live, you know. So there's always a bit of a struggle. So it's good to get that one out of the way first up. So, look, it's lovely to be seen by you once again. Good of you to tune in. It has been a while since we've done one of these. For those of you who aren't from New Zealand, if you're listening in from overseas, you know, we had the old COVID eliminated for a little while there, but it reared its ugly head, and that's when we were all in lockdown, you see, and they eradicated, our health authorities managed to get rid of it in the community. And then we had a big lockdown during which we did some of these shows. And then we were back down to level 1, at which point we could start doing gigs again, and that I think was in early June. And so we've done lots of gigs over June, July and August, but then about a month ago we had a breakout in Auckland, didn't we? And but I think it's tailing off, you know. I think they're on top of that. They've circled the cluster, as they say.
Yes.
And we think that touch wood, they're going to decide on about Wednesday, I think, but we might be back into level 1, at which point we can be out gigging again. But we had lots of cool gigs during that time that we were in level 1, and I was trying to remember where they all were. I had fantastic gigs with Too Many Chiefs at Whakaipo and the Cattle Stops at the Wanganui and Wellington Jazz Clubs. And Kirsten and I had some brilliant times. We had the Grand Hotel in Wanganui, where we're going to be back to in about 2 weeks. We had a lovely gig, do you remember, at the Fielding Little Theatre?
Oh, we did.
That was beautiful.
That was excellent, with Wayne.
With Wayne, that's right, Wayne Mason. We had an excellent gig with Wayne at the Tin Hut over in the Wairarapa, and with James Tate Jameson at the Pavilion. And just before the lockdown, and we just snuck it in by the skin of our teeth, Whitby Lakes, which was fantastic. That was a wonderful gig. Had about 80 odd people down there. It was terrific. So it's been really good. We could have done another show a couple of weeks ago, but we've been saving up because we have got a specific project on the go that I just wanted to tell you about quickly. And it's a live stage show. A good friend of mine, April Phillips, who many of you will know because we've collaborated on stuff in the past, and you may have seen her plays or her movies. She's a overachiever and writes for all sorts of wonderful arty things. And April is going to write a stage musical using my songs, which is incredibly flattering and very exciting. And my very good friend Wayne Mills has kind of put together the budget for it and all the admin around it, and we've got a boosted crowdfunding campaign going at the moment. And if you would like to donate because you're enjoying the show, which would be a lot more enjoyable if I would stop talking, and if we started playing some music, and as soon as I finish telling you about this boosted campaign, we will play another song, I promise. It's at boosted.org.nz, and you can go there and contribute if you'd like to, or make a donation if you enjoy the show. Please, thank you very much. That would be fantastic. And we'll tell you a bit more about that as we go along, or not. Perhaps we'll just play another song. I'd like to play, and who knows, some of these songs might end up in the show. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
It's up to April to...
Totally.
And her creative juices.
Yep. And this one is all about buying a car. If you think you might be thinking about buying a car, this might be of some help to you. Kirsten's made me a lovely cup of coffee, which I'm just finishing. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
2, 3, 4. Now I know that it's important for the status one can get to drive a motor vehicle that gives an accurate reflection of the rung one inhabits on the ladder of success, a badge of one's accomplishment no less. And every model citizen should naturally aspire to own the biggest SUV one can possibly acquire, in order that one's family can ride around much higher than the commoners and peasants on the street. I know they chew a lot of gas, but apathy's the middle class stock response to inconvenient facts. And even though they tend to roll as usually a passing prole, glad to break your fall and stop the paintwork getting scratched. Paintwork getting scratched. But I'm a man of modest means, I can't afford the big machines that rove and cruise across the land. And I could be as happy as a strawberry on a path if I could only have a RAV. Well, a rev is not so ostentatious, which although disadvantageous when one is intent on demonstrating one's contempt for those who obviously haven't tried as hard as perhaps they ought. It does display one's status and importance. And if I fit a ski rack and some bull bars on the grill, pretend I'm on safari charging out across the veldt amongst the hedges and the cul-de-sacs of Wadestown after dark, the Indiana Jones of Churton Park. I doubt that I'll, it must be said, be driving up a riverbed, pursuing wildebeest or wild bighorn. The closest it will ever go to crashing through the undergrowth is when the weather's sunny and I park it on the lawn. Park it on the lawn. So though I'll sooner or later need an equipment compensator, for now I think I'll stick within my rut. But I could be as happy as a toothpick in a salve if I could only have a RAV. If I could only have a RAV. I've always thought it's a bit like that song out of the Wizard of Oz. If I could only have a heart. Yeah. I shouldn't have said that, should I? There'll be a court case now, won't there? Yeah. Okay, look, if I could only have a RAV. Right, yes, so as I said, we're very excited about this boosted campaign. Actually, we've got over 80% of our target already. We're trying to raise just over $27,000 in order to tempt April away for a couple of months, really get the thing written and get someone to score the music, of course, and sets designed, built, and then we've got to find somewhere to launch it. Don't know where that'll be, but it's a very exciting project and looking forward to it. A lot of these songs that I've written are quite old ones. The first one we did, the 2 words, was a relatively new one, but this one is called "I Won't You Please Wait Up." And I wrote this when our kids were little, about 15 years ago, I suppose. Yes. And I would do a lot of gigs. I was doing a lot of gigs with the Hot Club Sandwich or the Cattle Stops, or solo gigs in town, in Wellington, which is about an hour away from here, where we live. And I'd get home sometimes quite late at night, and it was always a little bit exciting if I saw the living room light still on. I could see from the end of the driveway, and I knew that Kirsten was waiting up for me. So this is called "Won't You Please Wait Up." It's all about us, love. All right. Recorded this with Terry Crayford and Bob Hines. Bob played some lovely Western swing guitar on this one. It's in D, isn't it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Spent all night in a smoky bar, been slaving over this hot guitar. Have to say that I'm just about all done in. The gig was long and the band was loud. They were not a particularly pleasant crowd. Could hardly hear myself above the din. Well, the room was full of them pretty little things with plastic boots and metal rings in places on their faces where they shouldn't get. Yeah, and I felt just about as out of place as a 3-legged mule in a thoroughbred race. But I'll be heading home soon, you can bet. Well, won't you please wait up? 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 I'm driving home, but I'll be late arriving. Won't you please wait up? 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 Won't you please wait up till I get home? Stuff and I got my pay, and it's the end of another long working day. Say goodnight to the barman and I paid my tab. Gave the boys a little bundle of cash and they asked me out to some late night bash. I declined and I waved them off in a cab. Well, there was a time I'd have joined right in, just smoking stuff and drinking gin, getting myself in trouble, see how messed up I could get. These days all that I want to do is to find my way back home to you. And I'll be heading there now, you can bet. Yeah, won't you please wait up? Won't you wait up?
Won't you please wait
Won't
up?
you please wait up?
Won't you please wait up?
Won't you please wait up till I get home? Well, the road is long, it's a rainy night. I hope you got that veranda light shining bright outside to guide my feet. 'Cause I'll be thinking all the way about the things we'll do and the things I'll say. Maybe I'll stop and I'll buy you something sweet. Yeah, you can tell me all about the kids and the funny things they said and did, and I'll try to listen. But you know my mind is wandering. Then you'll turn to me, you'll say, it's perfect end to the perfect day. Turn the lights down low, smile the way you do. Oh, won't you please wait up?
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 Won't you please wait up? I'm driving home, but I'll be late arriving. Won't you please wait up?
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 Won't you please wait up till I get home? Well, won't you please wait up? Oh, won't you please wait up? Won't you please wait up? I'm driving home, but I'll be late arriving. Won't you please wait up?
Won't you please
Oh, won't you please wait up? Won't you please wait up till I get home? Yeah, won't you please wait up till I get home? Won't you please wait up till I get home? Yeah. Won't you please wait up? All right. Now we're going to have roll on the floor laughing. I've been saving up some jokes,
Oh, goody.
and Kirsten is going to mark them out of 10, where 1 is not very funny at all, and I'm probably the only person in the world that thinks it's funny, and 10 where she rolls on the floor laughing. That hasn't actually ever quite happened
No, we've got
yet.
to an 8.
We have had an 8, yes.
Yes.
See what you think of these. I'm
Okay.
confident we shall get close to maximum points today. Are you ready?
Off you go.
Okay. First one. Dad told Mum she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. She liked it. She liked it straight away. Did you hear that? Did you hear that little explosion of laughter? You liked that. Don't lie. Don't lie.
That was funny.
Out of 10?
I don't know. Give me
You've
another
got some
one.
more.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess fair enough. You
Yeah.
want to calibrate.
I do, because I-
yeah, no, I
yeah.
understand.
I mean,
Yeah, 'cause you
maybe
can't, like, give it 9.
I you know.
You can't give it 9
can't
roll,
give it a
roll on the
9.
floor laughing in
No.
case the next one's
I wasn't
even
rolling
funnier.
on the floor. I
No, that's
giggled.
true. You,
I
yeah.
giggled.
Well, it's more of a chortle, I would have said, than a giggle.
Next
Yeah,
one.
yeah, okay. Right. I just got over my addiction to chocolate, ice cream, marshmallows and nuts. I won't lie, it was a rocky road. Actually, I didn't even bet. That was a louder giggle, I reckon. So you just compare those two, hold those two and their level of funniness in your mind.
I laughed at both of them.
You did, okay. Working in a mirror factory is something I can totally see myself doing. Okay.
Predictable.
Oh, predictable. Oh, I thought that was going to be the clincher. Oh, okay. All right. Fourth and last effort.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving this morning and I saw a parked AA station wagon. The driver was sobbing uncontrollably and I thought to myself, oh, that guy's headed for a breakdown.
Oh, dear.
That's the best one, isn't it? Is it? No?
I like the rocky road.
Okay, so out of 10?
I don't know. It was just the funniest. That was it.
Was it?
Made me laugh.
Okay. Maybe, but the one that got the highest marks,
I think they're all around about 6, actually.
oh dear,
7s.
I'm going to have to lift the game, aren't I? All right, okay. Well, it's not so much roll on the floor laughing as
No,
giggle on your stool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chortle.
Chortle, you're still laughing. That's not quite the same. Okay. All right, just for that, just because you've rubbished all my jokes, you'll have to sing a song. We were just about to take a coachload of people over to Martinborough, which, for those of you who don't know, is one of the top wine growing areas in New Zealand, if not the, and it's about an hour and a half from here. We were going to take a coachload of people over there for a couple of nights, visit some wineries, do some little shows, and one of the shows we were going to do was a little Beatles tribute show we were going to do with James Tate Jameson. So we've kind of rearranged a few Beatles songs because I just grew up with them and love them, and our poor kids have heard little else over the last 20 years. And this is one of them. We're going to get Kirsten to do it. It's a beautiful song. Okay?
Yes.
Baby's good to me, you know. She's happy as can be, you know. She said so.
I'm in love with her. I feel fine.
Baby says she's mine, you know. She tells me all the time, you know. She said so.
I'm in love with her. I feel fine. I'm so glad
That she's my little girl.
she's
So glad she's telling all the world that her baby buys her things, you know. He buys her diamond rings, you know. She said so.
I'm in love with her. I feel fine. I'm so glad
That she's my little girl.
she's so glad.
She's telling all the world that her baby buys her things, you know. He buys her diamond rings, you know. She said so.
I'm in love with her. I feel fine. I'm in love with her. I feel fine. I'm in love with her.
I feel fine.
I feel fine. Early Beatles song of John Lennon's, I think.
Was.
Right. Okay. Now we'd like to do a song that I wrote. I've written a lot of songs with a thing that I'm not sure what the proper term is, but I call it a rubato verse. It's a little introductory verse before the song comes in rhythmically proper, and it's a device they used to use a lot in shows, Broadway shows. Cole Porter and the Gershwins, and Rodgers and Hart and Hoagie Carmichael, all those great writers of the 30s and 40s who wrote for movies and shows. They used this tool a lot, and I've just sort of picked up on it by default, I think, and also use it a lot. For example, is in this song. There is nothing I'll avoid, from Barry Crump to Sigmund Freud, from Alistair MacLean to Aristotle. But when I read there are 3 little words guaranteed to send me in search of a bottle. Well, it's not that I'm scared of commitment or prone to emotional stress. It's not that I'm lazy or backward. My psychological state is no worse than the rest, 'cause I've had lots of counseling sessions, done Tai Chi, yoga and Zen. I've adopted techniques from pre-Socratic Greeks, and I've done tantric sex that just drags on for weeks. And I've seen my rishis and mystics. With psychics and Sikhs I've conspired, but there's no relief, I still shake like a leaf, despite all the skills I've acquired. When I hear those 3 little words, some assembly required. Well, I'm not really sure where it comes from, this phobia complex and dire. Some trauma begat this condition. Was it that crystal radio set, or the airfix Spitfire, barbecues, trampolines and wheelbarrows? The construction of all I abhor. I finish triumphant, then to my discomfort there's a big pile of leftover parts on the floor. Of course it's the fault of my father, from whom no handyman skills I acquired, though my penchant for words was enhanced when I heard how his language became so inspired. Confronted by 3 little words, some assembly required. So bring out the toolbox and break out the gin, and prepare the elastoplast band-aids. Send the children away for the rest of the day. Leave daddy alone, it's much safer that way. Well, I smashed all the tools and I drank all the gin, and I told you we should have just got a man in, 'cause I'm drunk and I'm sore and I'm tired. I've had enough of those 3 little words, some assembly required. I've had enough of those 3 little words, some assembly required. Some assembly required. Some assembly required. Whew. Okay. Some assembly required.
That's a true story.
They're all true. They're all true, aren't they?
They're all true.
They're all true stories. Yes, yes. This is like Andrew's therapy session.
Yep.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we've got a couple more on our list, and we'd like. This is a very old song of mine. I must have written this about 17 or 18 years ago, I suppose. Terry Crayford and Bob Hines and I were playing at the Nelson Jazz Festival, and Bob gave me the title of this and said, "I bet you can't write a song around that," and I presented him with this the next day. So it was a long night. Once upon a time I was the man of your dreams. Now I'm just some guy that comes around, cooks and cleans. I used to be your rooster, but I'm just your feathered duster now. Used to give me money, even chase me round. Now you do your shopping on the other side of town. I used to be your rooster, but I'm just your feather duster now. Wake up every morning, bring you eggs on a tray. You like 'em scrambled, poached or fried. Things ain't quite the same, seems I just can't satisfy. The only way you like them now is unfertilized. Used to be so cozy, you're loving to myself. Now you got me hanging out on the cleaning cupboard shelf. I used to be a rooster, but I'm just your feather duster now. Oh, yeah. Take me out for dinner at the Hilton or the Ritz, 'cause you say I'm such a special guy. Things ain't quite the same, seems I just can't satisfy. Only place you take me now is Kentucky Fried. Once upon a time had your loving to myself. Now you got me hanging out on the cleaning cupboard shelf. Ooh, I used to be a rooster, but I'm just your feather duster now. I used to be a rooster, but I'm just your feather duster now. Yeah.
You're still
Okay.
my rooster.
Thanks, darling. So, look, thank you very much. I think we've got time for one more. We can do one more song. If you've enjoyed the show and if you would like to obviously contribute something to the project, we would love that. You can go and have a look at it at boosted.org.nz. Our technical team will put that up on the screen right about now. Or now. Go and put it up on the screen. There we are. Okay. Excellent. Thank you very much. Boosted.org.nz. We're about 80% there, but gosh, we'd really love you just to help push us over the line, and then we can get it going and get April to sit down and put a thinking cap on and get somebody to score the songs and get the whole thing up and running. Okay, and we're going to finish with a song called SweetASS, which my good friend Roy Glover, was an American fellow, challenged me to write a song about, because he didn't understand the term. It's a very Kiwi saying, SweetASS. How is that, bro? SweetASS. Cool. Okay, that's how we use it. And so I wrote a song called SweetASS, which we'd like to do for you now. It's pretty quick. You really love. Hey, thanks very much, everybody. I hope wherever you are, it's as beautiful as it is here on the Kapiti Coast. We've got
hope to see you soon.
And I hope to be out seeing you soon. Yeah. We should know on Wednesday. But our gigs are all on, the planned gigs are all on our website, andrewlondon.co.nz, and we'll let you know whether we can actually go and do them or not.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet ass. Gonna make a living out of jazz. Bought some shades and a little hat and started calling everybody cat. I'm sweet ass. Whoops, my bad. Should have said I don't play anything trad. They say I sound a lot like Bird, but I play more notes from what I've heard. I'm sweet ass. My style is pretty random, it's postmodern, retro cool. What everyone calls avant-garde, I tell them is old school. I don't go much on melody, and harmony's a bore. Don't bother trying to tap your foot, it's all in 7/4. But it's sweet ass. I'm gonna make a living out of jazz. So I smoke a pipe and drink Pernod and tell them I'm waiting for Godot. I'm sweet ass. better still, chillax. Take you out on a sonic cruise. You dig my cool 13 bar blues. I'm SweetASS. Happening, I'm in the groove. I'm hip, I'm de rigueur. In my Che Guevara t-shirt and my Cuba Street hauteur. I'm careful where I'm seen. It's got to have my kind of class. I hang out at the Lido, water by the glass. I'm SweetASS. And I'm gonna make a living out of jazz. So far this year I haven't made a cent, but hey, that's alright, mum pays the rent. I'm SweetASS, alright. Nice. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Cheers. And don't forget, boosted.org.nz. Please give us a hand.
Bye.